Hello, everyone, and welcome back to I-League. We've made it to the American Finals. It's Cloud9 taking on the Sneaky Nyx Assassins. And, well, we are now in game number 2. Game number 1, we saw Cloud9 put on a all-star performance. It was almost like watching the Gladiators take on the local community church group. It was pretty bad. So we'll see here if Sneaky Nyx Assassins can bounce back and try to take it to a game number 3, because this is an important one. Winner moves on to China to compete at the LAN, $300,000. It's a lot of crazy money. Of course, bringing you the English coverage, myself, Coddle Guy from Beyond the Summit, and joining me remotely, and good friend, F4L. So we saw Cloud9. They looked damn good game number 1. Do you think Sneaky Nyx Assassins can come back, man?
I definitely think they can put up a better showing than that. I think a lot of it had to do with the draft. I mean, we talked about it a lot. Their heroes just don't fit that well together. And I actually looked up some stats after that game just to see, how these heroes work together.
Wow. The dedication's real. Go ahead, please.
Dedication. So it looks like IO by itself has a 55% win rate and Enigma a 58% win rate. But together, these heroes only have a 37% win rate.
37%.
With only 24 games, but that's not a tiny sample size.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. That's pretty terrible, because you got what I was expecting is two heroes that kind of need to do their thing. And if one of them gets interrupted, the other one can't be like, hey, I can't help you, dude. I'm doing my thing. I'm here. I'm helping Tony. I can't go help you in the jungle. You're out of luck. Sorry. Deal with it. It's an Elder Titan in your face. And he's just like, there's nothing I can do, guys. And ever since then, it just got a bit on tilt mode. It was apparent their draft was suffering a lot from Cloud9's more respected draft. And it just looked like an absolute dominating performance. So now Cloud9, man, just one more away from being able to take that trip here. Many question how the hell they're even in the America division, but they're here, and they're definitely showing that they're a dominant team. Vengeful Spirit, first grab.
Yeah, they're gonna
again. What a surprise!
Tried and true, right? Just go for the Vengeful Spirit and pluck yet again.
Are they gonna ban
Sneaky Nyx Assassins?
Okay, good. They banned Elder Titan though. That's
good.
They
banned the Elder Titan. That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, definitely a good ban. I think. Cloud9 definitely making a case that you have to ban this hero against us. And we've just seen how good this hero is. I mean, we've talked about this a lot. Secret and No Tail, definitely really good with this hero. And it's going to be the Terrorblade coming out from Eternal Envy on Cloud9.
Terrorblade. Cloud9 needed Terrorblade. I thought their days were over with Terrorblade. They hadn't picked it up too recently, at least from what I've seen. But
EG played this yesterday.
Yes, it was Arteezy. I remember watching bits of that game. So Terrorblade,
I fell asleep.
People thought that, I know, unlike everyone else, that was like prime Dota watching hours. For us that are casting American Dota at like 3, 5, 6 a.m., it's not right. So, but we had thought for a while that Terrorblade was kind of falling out. They had started nerfing him down a bit, and he didn't seem as effective. People were starting to recognize what it is that he does, and they were able to punish him. You were seeing a lot of aggro tri-lanes coming out that hindered him early, and he's really weak early. He is 400 life. He's a Poindexter.
He has a lot of armor, so he's got that going for him. But in terms of against spell and nuke damage, he's definitely extremely ineffective in terms of HP. Only I think his base mana is like 420 or something, and he usually gets like 2 or 3 branches, so he ends up getting almost 500 life. But I mean, that's pretty abysmal.
I'm sorry, I don't like this. I don't like this. Why?
I really don't either.
Legion Commander's going to get picked up again. If you weren't there for game number 1, this was Sneaky Nyx Assassin's 5th pick. Okay, mind you. And he picked it into a Vengeful Spirit. He's doing it again here. He's doing it again against the Puck. This time, it doesn't seem like he's going to be going against, what was the other hero that was giving him trouble that you pointed out? FRL? Mag. Which, who knows at this point. They actually could still go for it. And it proved to be troublesome. Any duel he only got one really good duel, and outside of that, any duel he went for, Swap was right there, Magnus showed up, and I guess they're just feeling like either they're gonna have to change it up a bit, or they just want redemption. I don't know.
It looks like, I mean, is that going to be a mid-Legion Commander? I guess if you have the Legion Commander mid, I just feel like they're really single target oriented at the moment. They have both the Flaming Lasso and the Duel, and the swap is so good against both of these spells. at the same time, they are going to have the Chronosphere, so that's going to provide a lot of nice AoE lockdown that they sort of were lacking in the previous game. And I think that hindered them in those fights. I mean, we saw so many fights where, all of the Cloud9 heroes were just scurrying away with red HP, and they actually just picked the mag again.
Pick it again. They're just like,
yeah.
It just feels like Cloud9's like, listen, we're that good. If you're just going to let us play the same thing again, that was just a warm-up for us, and now we're going to feel even better. We're going to have the same heroes, and we're just going to be like, oh, we'll just do what we did last game, but maybe we'll try to do it better, faster, stronger. But I like this grab. The Zeus is going to get picked up here.
I like this grab as well.
It's spicy. It's nice. It's everything, lovely. And though he needs a model update, he can make a huge impact with some heavy burst.
Yeah, I want to quickly talk about Zeus and Legion Commander specifically against the Terrorblade. Both of these heroes are extremely good against Terrorblade. Zeus being able to constantly spam out the Arc Lightning as well as combining it with the static field. It's going to, even into that late game when Terrorblade gets 2 or 3 items, he's going to be sitting at about 2,000 HP. Two or three Arc Lightnings, once it's maxed with the static field, are actually just going to take out these illusions. And the overwhelming odds does do bonus damage to illusions, so that will also be a nice benefit against the Terrorblade. So, I think in this game they aren't going to lose to the Terrorblade specifically, but the other heroes are still a concern for me.
Yeah, we'll see. I definitely feel it's definitely got more to it than from what we saw the previous game. I'm still not convinced yet, but we'll see if it works out for him. Cloud9 now looking to round out what looks like their secondary support, and who I imagine being Owie's grab. He could always just go for Vengeful, I guess, if he wants to. It's still there, and it's a signature. And dang, I said Vengeful, but I meant Visage. Please, believe me, FRL. Oh, had I said Visage, I would have done the same thing I did yesterday. Oh, my God.
I believe you. They had Venge already.
I know. It was his tried Visage, and they did do it. Dude, I'm a prophet. I did. Let's line yesterday. It's just I got to get my one.
Yeah.
Woo!
I really like this hero being picked up here because, they have a lot of single target disables on the side of Sneaky Nyx Assassins, but, Visage, a really tanky hero in his own right with that Gravekeeper's Cloak, as well as, if you go ahead and kill the Visage, it's not too big of a deal. Sure, he's not going to want to die, as he's going to want to constantly spam out those soul assumptions, but he's perfectly fine just having the birds out there.
This is just like comfortable. I look at a lineup like Cloud9, and they're just like, we got what we wanted. We know how to play all of this really damn good. It's just like,
and I want to say,
you gave us what we wanted, and we're just gonna take it, and we're just gonna throw it back in your face. And I'm just,
Naw's lineup's super greedy again.
It is, and if you're a Sneaky Nyx Assassins fan, you're hoping that they can put something a little more spicy.
Yeah, there's no stuns outside of ults.
So I'm worried that they need something to really round this
They need
out.
a lot of control, I think, with this last pick. Something that's strong early. Okay,
it's
I like
perfect
this
because against Terrorblade, it's the same thing. It works perfectly. Yep.
That's a lot of anti-Terrorblade. I think they went a little overboard with the anti-Terrorblade picks because all of these heroes are good against Terrorblade. That's actually a 4-position Legion.
Oh,
very interesting.
As it is right now. Yeah. Okay. All right. I'll see how they do it. I was saying that we didn't like the pick, and they'd have to change it up somehow, and they are doing.
I thought it was going to be a support Zeus.
Yeah, I know Whitebeard had played that Zeus also before. Very flexible team, so they definitely have changed everything around here. We'll switch things over. Players now getting assigned to their heroes, but this is it, folks. Match point right now, Cloud9. You see the drafts at hand. Who do you think's going to take it right now? I don't know. I'm feeling Cloud9. They got a beautiful lineup right now of everything they want. Sneaky Nyx Assassins going a little more outside the lines and hoping that maybe they can just draw out a beautiful picture of taking it to a game 3.
I will say if SNA can survive this laning phase, unlike they did in the previous game, I think their draft is really greedy, but if they can somehow come out even at about the 10 to 15 minute mark, I think they have a really good chance in this game. They have tons of AoE, lots of damage in this mid game, but they do lack a lot of control in the early game, so I expect C9, to put on some pressure, maybe with the Visage, possibly even dual laning, or maybe even starting in an aggro tri-lane, we'll have to see, but I'm just really concerned for Sneaky Nyx Assassins in terms of what's this Legion Commander going to provide in this early game is a support.
Yeah, the last time I saw Legion Commander in a support position was right after 6.82 rolled out. I was casting a C Division game. I believe it was Arrow Gaming. I'm not too sure, but one of the first day of matches with the new heroes coming in, and Legion Commander was picked up as a 4th position in that game, aiding like a drow, I believe, and just was kind of there to be the purge and the heal. And that's pretty much all they did was babysit, similar to like what you would see from a Abaddon or something like that.
Yeah, but Abaddon's just better at doing that.
Exactly. I'm like, well, if you wanted to do someone like Abaddon, you should have just picked someone like a Abaddon, to be frank. So, well, we'll see if it works out here, though, for the Sneaky Nyx Assassins on this lineup, if they can kind of take it to Cloud9, whose lineup seems like kind of a dream grab. And without further ado, let's get things underway. On the side of the Radiant team, it's Sneaky Nyx Assassins. You got classic IX Mike being as rambunctious as ever with his signature supporting stash. He's on his Bat Rider going to the off lane. Mid lane, it's going to be Brax. He's going to be sorting also a stash man. It's Zeus. Along the bottom, we got Fluff, who's going to be playing your Lion. Right behind, we got Whitebeard playing that support Legion Commander, and TC. I had said that I wouldn't be surprised if we see him face this void sometime this series. It's going to be now. Sporting that Battle Fury, we wouldn't be surprised if he grabs one of those.
I really hope he doesn't go for that build this game.
He might go for Battle Fury. I'm telling you, this guy likes to farm. He knows Terrorblades on the other side. People shriek at it in pubs, but TC says, not for me. I am Troll Chief. I get Battle Fury.
Then on the Dire for Cloud9, we're going to have EE on his Terrorblade, Pilot Eye playing the Vengeful Spirit yet again, Aoi playing his Visage. In the mid lane, we're going to have Fata on the Puck, and off lane, we're going to have Bone7 again on the Magnus.
I was always like imagining a time, Pilot Eye has been playing so much Vengeful Spirit. Begins. What if there's just players out there, you know, like Attacker Dota, where they play like Kunkka pretty much just religiously. What if there's a player who just plays a certain support religiously? I mean, it's not like you're going to really put out a whole lot of respect support bans. The only case I see it right now is Big Daddy / No-Tail with his Wisp, but you know, are you ever really going to consider banning like a Vengeful Spirit against Cloud9? I don't think so.
You might consider picking it first, possibly. You know, if your first pick, you can ban out 2 Cloud9 heroes and first pick the Venge, so it's sort of a denial pick, but also gives you the hero. So
it just seems like Cloud9 finds so much use in the hero, they'll just grab it up early because, well, Pilot Eye's been playing it so damn much, he's getting really good at it. So let's just get it.
Yeah, there was a lot of theory crafting early when this patch first came out about how good Venge could possibly be, especially with the change to Wave of Terror now that it's pure damage, and the way that Vengeance Aura works, giving a negative debuff once you die. So a lot of utility now in the kit of Vengeful Spirit.
And we'll see if they can put that Vengeful Spirit to strong use here. He's trying to do some early aggression here on Mike. He has good positioning. He puts himself towards that left-hand side and won't get caught out with anything, but he is going to continue to zone back. Bottom lane, I'm seeing more of that as well. On to Bone7. Just finished playing Magnus. A strong performance on Magnus as well in the off lane in the previous game. He's trying to do more of the same. Now down to 2 tangos. Fluff is just really trying to be a nuisance in this one. Last game, Fluff was kind of stuck on being the Wisp in the mid lane. Now he can get very aggressive, and he's doing it right now. Bone7 might not have as easy of a time in the off lane as he did previously. Now he's got supports that are going to be in his face. So not so easy.
Still getting a lot of experience, so
yeah,
he's sitting at there. 2 and almost 2/3, and IX Mike not having the same success in the offlane, only sitting at about half a level.
Yeah, so he gets to be in there. He's always got that skewer just to make it out. He's got that extra bit of safety net to step back. Mike doesn't really have the same, but he is a Bat Rider, so he will always have that jungle to fall back on. Are they building out stacks right now? It's C Teal. Whitebeard's on jungle duty, so he'll probably start stacking up here momentarily. Right now he's just doing the tri-pull, if you will, bouncing the creeps from here to there and just pretty much denying a whole wave from Bone7.
And I do want to make a comment. I think that the reason maybe that they went for this Zeus mid instead of the Legion Commander was, I think Zeus does better against Puck than Legion Commander. You know, I think it's actually possible that there's an obvious animation for overwhelming odds, so you can actually phase shift that.
Now he's trying to make use of an Invis rune in the mid lane as Brax goes forward. They get the kill. First blood right there. Fata is going to eat a bit of damage. Fluff is here now, but unfortunately can't be there to help out poor Brax. Aoi just patiently waiting there in the mid lane with that Invis. The second Brax goes forward, they just make the call and they take down Zeus.
Yeah, really nice pickup for Cloud9. And like I said, I think these support rotations in the early game could be key for Cloud9, because they really don't have a good solution on this side of SNA.
Yeah, and to also see Terrorblade's getting a lot out of this early game. 20 and 10 for CS on your Terrorblade. This is when you want to be punishing your Terrorblade. Most teams early on go aggro tries just to make sure he does not get this early good start. Now he can throw together a respectable time, power treads if he even feels necessary to get that early. You know, it's not like anyone's really imposing their will on him, even though he has very little life. He can maybe go a little more selfish early on.
I do think that they have a lot of tools to deal with this Terrorblade. I mean, we talked about how they sort of went all in on this draft to counter Terrorblade. They have 3 heroes that are extremely good against the Terrorblade. Even Void is actually really good as well if you're able to kill him during that Chronosphere. So,
which is not hard to do.
A lot of heroes. Yeah.
If TC builds the farm he typically does and gets that huge right click, and if by that point, let's say Terrorblade maybe doesn't have his Scotty and all that stats build, he can get the job done within a bubble's time. We've seen TC farm up pretty well on his Faceless Void before, and he's right there behind Envy right now at 24 and 11, so they're about neck and neck. A respectable trade between both core players.
It's pretty much the same thing in the mid lane. You know, 22 CS for Fata, 21 for Brax on the Zeus. So we do see a smoke from Pilot. Is close to level 6. He is gonna get that probably at the beginning of the next wave.
Cuts off and sees Mike crossing his path. Mike was probably en route towards the jungle to work with a bit, but here's Pilot now on the high ground trying to wave down below onto Brax. Bit of an awkward mid lane tift right there. It looked like Pilot had other plans, and unfortunately Mike kind of stumped him on this one. Now Mike gets to go towards this camp. He will be there just in time to pull off a beautiful stack, and now he'll step back and kind of work with this jungle a bit, because he needs to. He's only level 2. He doesn't really have any sort of farm whatsoever, and well, Bat Rider's got to get that Blink Dagger at some point.
And so Whitebeard does go for boots and a Quelling Blade.
Ooh, jump on back behind the tower. They're making it go on Brax from behind. Can Fata get it? He can. Zeus is going to go down. Now Fluff gets the stun. It connects, but Fata still has plenty of man to work with. He gets sheeped up for now, but Mike, what else is he going to do besides fly over and ahead? Oh, the damage. Wow, real close right there. You're talking about 50, 40 health points left, and Puck could have been burnt to a crisp. Really, really close right there. But he does make his escape. Nice little hit and run job right there from Fata in the mid lane.
Yep, not too bad. I mean, they only lose the Vengeful Spirit there, and Pilot probably is thinking to himself, I don't really care if I die, especially not on this hero, as long as my cores are getting kills.
Yep, exactly. For Bone 7 now only going against TC. He's trying to get back into this one, and already said how it's not going to be as easy of a time. He's 8-0, but he's level 4, so he does still have a more significant charge above the opposing offlaner, and he continues to find his farm right there with your Shockwave as he regens with that bottle. But TC
Mike is going to be able to get these stacks up, though.
Yeah, Mike's working with these stacks right now. Bottom lane, rune pops up. It's a bounty. They're going to preserve for Brax right there. And we'll see, as they're not looking to do any sort of movement outside the lanes for now on the side of SNA. It's only been really Cloud9 that have kind of been a little more adventurous, it feels.
No.
And now Cloud9 doing Cloud9 things, especially when they have this Visage onto Aoi. Go ahead and give him this free lane in the top lane and jungle Eternal Envy now that he is level 6. Does have that Quelling Blade, Poor Man Shield, and Ring of Vasti with the treads. So
Bubble on bottom, gets Bone 7, now frogged up, stunned up, he goes down. There's going to be a kill there for SNA, grabbing the offlaner on the bottom lane, but now they caught themselves into a 2-man coil. Fluff can't run away from this one. Fluff silenced up, they get both of them. Fata performing still on this puck. Cleans up 2 in the bottom lane after they lose the Bone 7. Nicely done. And then picks up the power treads to reward himself with that. Yep. Nice little pat on the back.
Really nice rotation, and I think if he didn't have the double damage rune, they'd probably only kill Fluff there, but TeamSpeak issues again, so looks like we're going to have another little bit of a pause. And if we look at the gold graph, how is everyone doing? Cloud9, you know, pulling a little bit ahead, definitely not like we saw in the last game. More significantly in experience. Mostly due to the offlaner and also giving, you know, the free lane to Aoi up in this top lane. So
yeah, it looks pretty good. We're going to get our first early glimpse at the net worth per person, and it's no surprise to see Eternal Envy, who's been kind of having his way here in the top lane. at about 3,500 and climbing quickly as he's got the full jungle to work with for now. He's already got the power treads, probably going to grab that Yasha soon, and at that point you can pretty much take down a tower from full to none within one metamorphosis. And on the opposite side, you see Fata looking to engage, kind of drawing attention elsewhere and away from Envy. He is really being a nuisance right here, and he'll just slip on out and away, and SNA can't get a hold of him. Slippery little bugger.
And with that rotation by Envy into the jungle, they do go ahead and try to give Whitebeard some additional experience now that he does go and take up the offlane. So he's going to probably look towards that level 6. He definitely needs the Blink Dagger. And this is my main concern with having the 4-position Legion Commander is you're a hero that needs to blink in, duel them, and then be able to tank any of the damage that comes out and win the duel. But I think in the 4 position, it's just asking a little bit too much.
They get a real nice kill there on bottom, getting a hold of Mike as he's trying to jungle farm. It's Fata striking again, him on his puck, man. He puts to strong use, a similar way like you would see from a Brew, who has this kind of a start. Just once he gets his primal split, he's just kind of a nuisance all over the place, being that bouncer, that mid lane tempo controller, and really just drawing attention away from everyone and onto himself. And he can do it with a Brew, he could do it with a puck. One of the best at that kind of position and that kind of role.
Fata playing extremely well on this puck. It looks like he is going to clear this Ancient stack. It's going to be a triple stack. Oh, they're even going to have the Venge sit here with that level 3 Wave of Tear, so there'll be a lot of gold coming out from the side of Cloud9 onto this Terrorblade, so doing a really good job making sure that he has all the farm he needs in this early game to be successful.
Yeah, he's bringing in the riches right here. Huge set of creeps to work with right now, and he just easily mows it on down. And at some point soon, even can pop out a Metamorphosis to try to go for a potential Roche. I say that, they do have Dire side, but then again, oh, mid lane, wow, they take down Brax. Fata still on the hunt. Gets a nice grab on Zeus in the mid lane. Just steps on forward, doesn't even need the coil for it. Now immediately...
He killed him without a coil and a rune.
Unbelievable.
I'm not exactly sure what happened mid. I was watching the Ancients.
They don't stop there. They smoke up and they're looking
for
more, and they could. Mike again in the same spot. Now he'll use that coil. Missiles right there. They're going to find another. Fata. Scorching hot on fire, these two games. Gets quickly swapped out from the bubble as TC tries to get hold of one of the two, but can he do to these two? Oh, nice. Nice stuff from the high ground.
Well, they might actually get him here.
But
oh, the orb does
they're
miss.
not done. Mana Train comes out. Fluff takes away most of Fata's mana. And here comes Brax. Pulls out the lightning from above, and, well, can he strike it home? Even the neutral's trying to get in on this one, and, well, they do end up taking down Fata right there. But this puck, man, really doing a nice job. As that happens, you got people farming everywhere else. I haven't seen a Visage involved in any of that. I haven't seen Eternal Envy on his Terrorblade anywhere near this. It's been those knuckleheads on Cloud9 that are just really causing a ruckus.
A lot of space being created, especially by Fata on this puck. Doing a really excellent job. He did get a little overzealous there, but, you know, they had to use a lot of resources. The Chrono was used, the Zeus ults, so, you know, they do give up the streak to TC, but I think it's not too bad for them in the end, as just so much space is being created for all these players on the side of C9. Basically, you know, it's pretty much a mirror of last game. Piladai and Fata just doing so much work.
Yep, and when they do that, if things start to go a little bit more grim for them, they'll have so many people waiting there who had been patiently farming during the meanwhile. And look at this, Eternal Envy now shows up in the bottom lane. And maybe he's looking for a time to maybe go for a push. His top lane had been pushed all the way near the tower, and he's a man of efficiency. And, well, as we look at top lane, you can see how he puts up the Grave Chill here, sees Whitebeard, who's a support Legion commander, now has Doom, or not Doom, but has Duel. How often are we really going to see Whitebeard be able to put this Duel to use, though? That's a question I'm going to be beginning to ask here.
That's what I was talking about. I mean, he not only needs a blink, but he has to make sure that he can blink in and successfully duel someone.
Yeah, it's going to be
just asking a lot from a 4-position Legion commander.
Very greedy to get a hero like that, and you're already sharing farm with so many others who desperately need it. Like TC, for example, who is indeed going as Battle Fury, FRL. TC Battle Fury. Got the cosmetic, he's got the item at all times. He wants that farm. The boy loves the farm.
You know, I think there are games where it's good, but I'm just not sure about going for it every game.
TC, that's cool and all, but really, every game?
Nah. Well, there was a time Not the last time, but the time before that, I actually thought it was a really good pickup because they had way better late game. And he knew that all he had to do, he didn't really have to look for those pickoffs with the Void. He could just, farm up his items, not go for that Mask of Madness, which sometimes can put you in a jeopardizing position. But in this game, I don't think they can actually do that.
Well, it's Cleave, and Cleave works against illusions, and maybe if
they already
have butterfly,
they have so much to deal with these illusions already.
Yeah,
even really a factor.
We'll see here is for like the third time now, Mike trying to farm through his own jungle, trying to still get that Blink Dagger on Bat Rider. That's when they're hoping for a big turning point, and they can try to kind of set the tempo when they want to make fights happen. They had been going against a very aggressive Puck, and they want to try to be the aggressors here. Fluff steps forward here, catches out EE, and is just trying to scare him out from the jungle, but EE can be pretty scary here, especially if help comes through, and here it is. Fata, who has the blink. Oh, there's a swap back. Fluff could be gone for, but Fata, where's Fata going? Fata, the fight's over here. He's like, you guys got that one easily. I'm going for the next one. He jumps on ahead and does get TC. Gets the coil on him, but TC pulls out a nice TP right thereafter and will make it out. So admirable effort from Fata to try to get for 2 kills back-to-back, but, well, at the same time they get Whitebeard.
Yeah, the birds combined with the RP, Skewer, and Shockwave to get up a nice easy kill onto this Legion commander who was trying to farm this offlane to get up to his blink. And this is not a position you want to be up against this Terrorblade. D9 have complete map control, and I mean, look at the positioning from Eternal Envy on this Terrorblade. Usually, we see Terrorblades, trying to play really passively, farm up their own side of the map, but, I mean, he's just farming up the enemy jungle. No cares in the world at the moment.
And, fortunately, Sneaky Nyx Assassins, only one of them are really getting a bit of farm, but as we saw there, TC's got to also play pretty cautiously as he could get caught out. And always worry scouting him out with those birds, trying to pickle him back a little bit. But on the other side, you see here, 2 members smoked up. They get a hold of Pylai Die. This could be an easy grab for him if they wanted it. They are going to pull out the Zeus ult for it, but Fata gets redemption, grabs the support himself, and he might also get Brax here. Running forward, Isama. Can he show mercy on Brax? Well, he could, but Fata can't. Fata jumps forward and just kind of gets the easy finish off there. Fata on his Puck is already 8-1-1 at about 15 minutes into this game. And now with the jump out, TC. Ooh! Oh! Ooh.
That was close.
Close. Oh, man, that would have been such a big move from Fata, who already looks very impressive on this game, but he can't get that one just by a split second.
Yeah, and that's what I was talking about during the draft. Look at how many ults they have to commit to killing this Visage because of the Gravekeeper's Cloak, and as well as, just the item build that he goes for. He has this Tranquil Boots, which gives him additional armor. He has the Medallion of Courage, which gives him 6 armor, and the Vit Booster, which gives him 250 HP. So, really difficult to take down at this point in the game. They have to use the Chrono, the Duel, as well as the Zeus ult, and not even getting the extra dual damage.
There's not going to be anyone who's going to be an easy grab. The closest to an easy grab is Pylai Die, and we saw what happened to him when they were able to get Pylai Die. He's not going to really be out on his own. He's usually doing duties with others, and he always has a buddy nearby. Yeah, he's also hard to take down. He's got 10 armor on his own, and look at this. He's just putting in that support work right now. He's got huge stack happening right here. Envy is just like yummy, yummy in my tummy, right into true final form, and we'll quickly farm that up. No.
They do have a smoke rotation, so Ix might...
Ooh, jump, lasso. This is the one target they can hopefully get. Pylai Die up to the high ground, then Flame Broken right back to the bottom. Now, still alive, mind you. They do manage to burst down Fata. That's a very big grab right there. Fluff finishes it off with the finger, and they do end up getting your Vengeful Spirit. Sneaky Nyx Assassins get a couple of kills themselves. The first fight I've seen in quite a while that they were able to really come out on top.
Yeah, those are actually really important pickoffs, especially onto the Puck, because this hero is level 12 right now, has a lot of net worth, so gonna get that little bit of rubber band effect, mostly in terms of experience, but still a really important pickoff for them. Brax does find Eternal Envy in the jungle, but he is so farmed at this point.
He has the Empower as well on him. He hits like a truck already. He has 1k life, which at this point in the game ain't that bad, but TC's going to put it to the test right now as he goes on Bone 7. they get a few swats in, and they go right onto Magnus, and they get Bone 7 down. Return back, coil on 3 from Fata, gets them all silenced up, and it orbs right back. Where's the follow-through, though? They don't quite have it, but Pilot Eye does get in there, pulls out the swap, but he does get zapped down right there. Brax is able to get a double kill for himself on this one, and that is back-to-back engagements where SNA get 2 kills and lose none.
I mean, that's just the power of SNA's nuke ability. They have 4 heroes with really high nuke damage. The Legion Commander with her nuke, the Zeus, obviously, probably one of the best nuking heroes in the game. The Lion has quite a few nukes up his sleeve, and then the Batrider, you know, dealing out a lot of AoE magic damage himself. So there we just see the power of all of these nukes coming together in that fight. But really, Cloud9 didn't have all their members there. I would say it's not actually, if we go ahead and look at the gold, they actually don't lose too much gold there just because of how efficiently they're farming with the rest of their heroes.
Ooh, jump down
it's
below.
Mostly just an experience.
Wipe here trying to get hold of Fata, but he's able to blink out after he shifts, and they can't quite get him. And him just continuing to be very much elusive as SNA continue to farm it up, and I'd have to agree is they were banking on maybe TC just continuing to, oh, RP, they get a hold of Mike, and well, the Batrider gets shot right in the face from Maui with that soul assumption. A nice quick grab for them. Just it looked like Mike
he's
was
level 11 right now on this Visage.
Under attack.
Yep. Support Visage, higher level than
I mean, if we look at the net worth, he's 4th in net worth. So he's ahead of everyone except for TC on this void.
Now gathered towards the mid lane. They had been getting so much done, and they haven't even really taken that many objectives. Still the tier 1 here in the mid lane, and they do get it now, however, so more gold now swinging towards their way. But I have to imagine they're feeling pretty comfortable.
Yeah, Whitebeard does pick up his Blink Dagger on the Legion Commander, so maybe they want to try for a smoke gank. I think it's very important that he starts to get some dual damage because he's just going to fall off completely. I mean, what does this hero offer if you're not scaling into the late game with that dual damage and, you know, maybe even a couple items on top of that?
Yeah.
Not too much. I mean, he might be able to heal someone. Duel is sort of a nice disable, but if you're not killing them during it, it's really not so useful. So
yeah, I'm not convinced what she brings to the table as a 4 in this kind of game that someone else couldn't have done an equal or better job. But we'll see if they can.
I think
do
it's
it right
important
now.
for them to maybe try to get some dual damage at least onto him.
Something so she has that high infinite ceiling to work with, but if you're not really getting any duels or if you're handing over bonus damage, you're not going to be adding a lot. So that's the scary thing also when you're playing a support, you're probably not going to be as farmed or as tanky, and in these fights you'll be at the weaker side of things, and if you're handing over bonus damage at the wrong time.
TC actually goes for a Mask of Madness after the Battle Fury. Usually he doesn't. Does he usually go for the Mask of Madness?
Usually at some point he goes for it, but as a second item, I don't know. He does get it here, so he is valuing a little bit more right click. But we'll have to see.
I mean, the last time we saw it, he went for Manta Diffusal, but I think that might have just been against the Wraith King, possibly.
Yeah. And I don't think he's going to be going Maelstrom. He's going to be going the BKB next. He's got the Yoga Club there now.
Yeah.
Not imagining in Agnum's this kind of a game, but they would instead favor him to have the extra damage and, of course, survivability. So he'll be fine. He'll get together a BKB. It certainly does help, but the problem is it also won't help against someone like Vengeful Spirit who still gets that free swap off. But here we go as Cloud9 support crew scout out and begin to farm and try to take away here. But I always got to be careful. Does have those birds to get vision. Nice stun right there as TC sweeps on in, and Aoi just has a lot of space right now from himself and them. Not worried about getting engaged.
Neither of these birds are actually going to die either, so really well played by Aoi there. Getting off the nice stuns and then having the presence of mind to cast Grave Chill onto the wolf to get away.
So much. He knows every little nook and cranny to hide these birds in to make sure they don't get spotted out easily. And brings them right back. No problem. He's been playing so much Elder Titan recently, it's always nice to see him back on his Visage role.
And wow, nearly a Scotty completed for Eternal Envy, so getting complete free farm on this Terrorblade. Probably going to have that up at about 23 minutes, so 23-minute Tread Aquila Manta Scotty.
I feel like there's going to be one of those moments. You remember yesterday when we were like, oh, long drawn out, watching him be elusive, and then the base went down all of a sudden? Oh, hold on here, though. Yeah. TC silenced up, trying to run. Can they get him down in time? He does get the time walk off. He gets away. He doesn't even have to use a chrono defensively, so he does survive. Fata now gets stunned up. Jump forward, Lasso's there. They do finish off Puck. Now Fluff trying to get away, runs up to the north, gets off the quick Hex, but he's still going to be in trouble here as Bone 7 goes forward. He does go down and ends up being a 1-for-1 as both teams will split. But on the opposite side, you see Whitebeard
lose that duel.
Goes into a duel just to hold Eternal Envy here, and now he gets the Sunder off and gets another kill. TC can't do this
24
alone.
armor, you can't kill that guy.
He is so big and bad. The farm being shown, but does TC have the RNG? Jumps forward, gets it done. He gets the grab, but what was the worth? Really hard to say. Eternal Envy get a double kill up there.
It's a couple of fortunate bashes. Had he not gotten any bashes, I think Eternal Envy might have just been able to 1v1 him. He is sitting at 22 armor on this Terrorblade, so I mean, he just gets 3 kills. He got a dual victory, a Zeus kill, and the Terrorblade had to chrono as well as barely picking up the kill. So I mean, we just see the power there of Eternal Envy, and you know, next time he's going to have that Scotty, so going to be even harder to take down.
Well, what I was going to say before shit hit the fan was, like in that previous game we had saw when the base just suddenly went down, we were so distracted with the other game. I feel like something like that could happen again with Eternal Envy and his Terrorblade. If Team Nyx Assassins aren't careful, I think, and they get overcommitted in any sort of engagement, and they neglect that Terrorblade in a side lane, they could lose their base pretty dang quick. Uh-oh. Lasso right at the Roche pit. Batrider doing Batrider things. They are able to quickly take down Pylite Eye, and now with Owie on the high ground, he also gets roasted and toasted. They do lose Fluff, but they still got the upper hand here, and they're going to look to take Roche from behind their back. Envy's nearby, and he's making a run towards that pit as Mike is going to try to zone him back, but do they have the damage to even do this? I don't think they can right now. Doing
There's
this all,
no
of course.
Chronosphere.
Yeah, with no
Actually,
chrono.
no ults available for the side of Sneaky Nyx Assassin, so they might actually have to give this Roche up.
They have to wait 10 seconds before that chrono's at the ready, but they could look for re-engagement here. Mike keeps him close. Huge damage. Fata wants to finish it off and gets it there with the orb. Quickly yules up TC, and he steps back. Now TC with the chrono. Does he use it or not? Uh-oh. Bone 7 comes in with a big ultimate of his own, gets the RP off, and now TC gets buffed up from Whitebeard, throws out the chrono, finishes off Bone 7, and now gets coiled. Fata looking to juke him about, will blink to the high side. On the other side of things, though, Eternal Envy metamorphosed up, trying to right-click at home, and can't quite finish one off. It's going to be TC, who does get kill on Fata. Sneaky Nyx Assassin still getting the most out of this one, and Eternal Envy now pressure. Do you go for Roche? Using the rest of this metamorphosis, he's going to try to take down that Roche Pylite Eye. Back from the dead previously. Will he go down again? He will live. Eternal Envy does finish off Roche. He now has the Aegis. They do let him get it, and, well, with that, Cloud9 get this one back. They secure the Aegis, but man,
that was
what a long-winded
quite good
fight
for Sneaky Nyx Assassins. These really long, drawn-out fights are actually very good for them when you have this Zeus and he's not actually taken down early in the fight. I mean, he was able to get off so many rotations of spells and just doing so much damage to Cloud9. They get about 2,500 gold back from that fight and 2,500 experience.
Jump on Bone 7 with the lasso, stun, finger to your face, fluff and stuff. Gets it done with the Lion. They get a sweet grab right there. Bone 7 hits the deck once more, but he's already got the items he could use, but that certainly is going to help Sneaky Nyx Assassins continue to crawl back into this one. It was a struggling start, and they've allowed Eternal Envy to bring in all sorts of farm, but hey, they're fighting back little by little to get themselves right back into the mix.
And, I mean, in the last couple minutes, Sneaky Nyx Assassins have actually done a really good job to get themselves back into this game. I think it might be quite difficult to deal with maybe a push that's coming out from Cloud9 with this Aegis onto the Terrorblade.
Ooh, tower, will they get it? They will not. Eternal Envy, very nice deny as he just strolls on up to get it. Now they're going to go on to E. They possibly could. Wow, big Zeus nukes coming through. Brings Eternal Envy down to half-life, but Sneaky Nyx Assassins are not going to pursue with anything. They step back and begin their rotation, what looks like towards the mid area. TC will just continue to farm it on up. He has that BKB, a shiny full 10 seconds, and about 2,500 gold. If you're your Faceless Void in this kind of game, FRL, what are you looking to purchase up next? Is he going to build into that damage? We've seen him go with like an MKB at this point, or, you know, I don't know, Manta Diffusal. I don't think it's necessary on this one.
It's actually very difficult to say. I think you go Butterfly just because It'll help a lot against the Terrorblade, and you need an attack speed item. Like, the only attack speed item he has right now is the Mask of Madness, which is not sufficient for Void.
They want Mike. Mike does blink out, goes down below, forces over right here. He does not have a TP for another 17 seconds or so, so he's playing a dangerous game. Fluff, gets caught out here on the side. The birds scout him out, and they just make quick work of the little lion right now. And, well, Mike trying desperately to flee. He gets spotted out and also will go down. Just an easy 1-2 pickup right there for Cloud9. What looked like a period where Sneaky Nick's Assassins were getting the most out of these engagements. That's just kind of
looks like they might get TC here as well.
Over here, they jump up. TC's going to get silenced about. Bone 7 still nearby, has that RP and blink, but they're not going to go on
as a BKB. They're not going to do that.
They're going to wait. C9 showing that they can play patiently. They don't want to get over bloodthirsty and risk being put in a situation, but hey, Atos
if you're
right
Eternal Envy, do you go for a BKB this game just because of how much magical damage that Sneaky Nick's Assassins have? Or do you just go for that Butterfly?
If I'm Eternal Envy, he'll probably, I would say go for a Butterfly. I don't think he's going to bother with the survivability.
I think he's going to have to go BKB after that, though.
What a nice guy Pilot Eye is. Take my life for yourself!
I mean, it's not actually too much life because he does have the Tranquil Boots, so actually he's going to regen that in about 30 seconds or so.
Thing. Yep. And Terrorblade's some hero with something like that, and he'll have that ability back up at the ready in about 20 more seconds. So they migrate towards the south, it looks like, looking to pressure towards this tier 2. You see the ping right there, potentially Sneaky Nick's Assassins considering a defense. I don't think
TC's actually going to go for MKB, I think.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Well, he's going to go the MKB. Yeah, he's got the Demon Edge right there. He's pressuring the top lane at the same time Cloud9 are going for bottom. They take down that tier 2, but there's going to be a go on mid lane. Mike jumps forward, but can't quite get the lasso he wants. Instead, he gets a Yules to himself. Orb, Fata trying to take down Mike, but he makes himself away to the high ground, and there's going to be your blink. Fata escapes down below here, still trying to cut off Mike from this one, but can't quite get him yet. Meanwhile, Fluff does slip out right there. The stun just near missing right there from Owie's birds.
And I think at this point in the game, Roche is going to be extremely important from now on, because with even gold, as this gold gets more even, and especially when we go later and later into this game, you know, a 5,000 gold lead starts meaning less and less. I think Sneaky Nick's Assassins actually have better late game as long as they don't give away too many Aegises, because if Terrorblade is allowed too many second lives, then I think it could be trouble for Sneaky Nick's Assassins, but they have the tools, like we said during the draft, to deal with these illusions, so that won't be too much of a problem, and I think they actually have quite good team fight.
So Cloud9 don't make use of their Aegis. It will be reclaimed, but they're okay with that. It's more time for them to just kind of farm up. They feel like they have the much more significant late game with this Terrorblade, but TC could prove them wrong. Meanwhile, up and above, Brax on his Zeus. Almost considering going toe-to-toe would look like Fata there in the top lane, eating a bit of damage. Will force the Fairy Dragon all the way back in the jungle, where the supports are also fighting their own farm. Cloud9 just kind of taking this period.
He actually goes for that BKB.
Wait and farm it up, and oh yeah. Oh wait, who on EE? Proving us wrong? Yeah. Okay. Fine. Doing his own thing.
Well, I said it was going to be one or the other, so.
Yeah. So he does favor the survivability. I like that. Doesn't want to be dealing with the heavy magical damage and burst.
I mean, there's a lot of reasons, I think.
Yeah.
You know, there's the Hex, which removes the evasion. All the magical damage doesn't really, they don't care about evasion, and he also probably saw that TC has this Demon Edge, so realizing that this evasion might not be so good at the moment. I imagine he'll go for it next just because it gives such a significant buff to his illusions.
Yeah. No, I guess I just had the impression that he seems to do things without thinking about it first, but we'll see. As for now, bottom lane and powered up. Sees Mike right there. Mike just kind of flying around, weighing about. The closest target is Fluff. Maybe they feel like they can get it done with a finger here. That's not him, however. They'll just rid of that illusion and step on back. Eternal Envy will not persist in the farm, and we'll just keep doing his own thing. They've taken control of the majority of the map for now, and it looks like for both teams, they're just going to kind of wait it out and favor some more itemization. You see your BKB now going to be on Mike, but I don't know. A BKB on Bad Ride this game, it's nice, but is it going to really be stopping a whole lot from him getting in there? I mean, the swap could still happen, and I don't know. Do you think
it doesn't really do too much?
Yeah.
That is not that effective this game, just because of this Vengeful Spirit. I mean, if Pilot Eye's positioning is always really good. gonna be very hard for. Maybe you go on the bench at this point. You know, with the BKB, just go on the bench and then, you know, have the Void go on a priority target. That way, you know, there's not going to be any swap plays onto that Chronosphere. I think that could be a good plan.
Here we go. More farm coming out as Eternal Envy takes away SNA's jungle, but now they're looking to take it back. TC leaps on forward here, and they begin to do their own sweeps, and Cloud9 are already on their way out. So just kind of always finding their own way, moving around, a well spread across all fronts here. Vengeful Spirit, still very selfless build right here from your Pylite Knight. Really nothing to his name. A blue ward, a wand, and a pair of shoe. It's just not a whole lot. 1,700 gold. Is he gonna? What is he gonna eventually look to throw together? Like a Ghost Scepter or something? A Force Staff? A Yule's? You don't need a medallion on your Vengeful Spirit. If he can get anything together, he's just playing a very selfless game. It certainly does work, but you know.
I don't actually know what you go for at this point. It's not too important. Maybe you go for a blink.
Oh, Coil on 2 here from Fata. He's going to get nuked a bit. Brax throws out the ult, but he is shifting it off, and the RP, he secures the kill on that Zeus. He steps back, but looking to push on in is going to be Fata. Orb's going to be catching out. Mike sidesteps it, jump forward, shockwave. Mike now can get away from this one, skewered into the trees, and is forced to pull out a BKB lasso, trying to pull him on forward. Nice Force Staff brings him well in, and wow, TC cleans up that one. Mike, very low on life, but does manage to pull that kill forward for his TC carry, and they end up trading 1 for 1. Oh, Force, Fata. Almost was potentially scouted out right there, but Eternal Envy, after he metamorphosed in that first engagement, didn't really want to get involved with much more. He kind of seemed to go back to the lane and farm a little bit. I didn't really watch him, but I was kind of surprised he didn't want to get more out of that metamorphosis, but I guess farming is always good on your Terrorblade. Why not?
And Roshan is up. There is a double damage available in the bottom lane. If they find Rosh, oh, they're actually going to spot out Rosh. They can actually kill it so fast if they just go right in.
Oh, look, it doesn't
I don't
take
actually think...
I could not get this DD fast enough. I can't get Rosh bit quick enough. Go! Yeah, they know. They're onto it. They move right in, and they're feeling like they're going to have it.
They're actually not even going to use the DD. Look at that. Look at the damage.
All they see, look, there's 2 mid lane, 1 farting around in the top area. No one really threatening right now. Do they have vision to see anyone coming? I guess not. And that's all it takes. Roche goes down. DD not even committed to this, so they're ready to fight if they can get it. Fata gets a hold of someone. They would be more than happy to have fisticuffs. DD on hand and everything. This is Cloud9's time to really do some serious work.
And like I said, this Roche advantage is going to be really important for Cloud9 if they are going to win this game. They really need the 2 lives on to face this war, just because Sneaky Nyx Assassins is so ultimate dependent. And they're definitely going to have to use some ults to take down the Terrorblade.
We'll see if they can do it, and if they can do it quick enough where he can't even BKB. That's the big question. And 2,300 life, this is a monster at this point. And he's happy to do it out. He gets the empowerment boxing gloves on, and he starts running on forward. Fata, your magical little puck, does get the coil, catches on Mike. Can they get in and fight? Orb all the way forward. It's going to force out the BKB from Mike. Brax, though, not going to be so lucky. Gets Yules'd up, and he will pull out another Yules on himself to try a delay, and is able to blink down to the south to get away from this one. Can he slip out? He can. That little Mario man is out like nothing. Mike makes his way out as well. That could have been a hairy situation, but good effort right there. Sneaky Assassins managed to get away, which that could have been a real bad situation.
They were going to lose at least one, but really well played by them to not lose a single member. And, you know, now that the Metamorphosis is used, there's a little bit of pressure from Cloud9 to get something done with this. Looks like they are going to get that mid-tier 2.
Man, and Fata's going to be giving him the Lincolns. Wow,
that's quite important.
He is just an unstoppable beast. This is your final boss.
Look at his damage right now with the debt.
Look at that. Look, you just got to look at it. 260 plus 442? Wow! That's ridiculous right now. So much damage. Give me another wow, LD. Wow! I can't believe he's up at this hour, but he's in it for me. And, well, look at the right click go.
Putting that work in.
Yeah, man. Dang, we're dedicated. And so is EE to taking down towers. Done deal right there. Drops it. And Sneaky Nyx has to see that, and they're like, holy shit. What the hell are we going to do about that guy?
And I mean, he's going to have his butterfly pretty soon if he decides to go for that. think there are other options available to him. Maybe going for a Heart or a Satanic to give these himself and the illusions a bit more staying power through these ults, or possibly even just a straight up damage item in something like the Daedalus.
We'll see here. Fluff is just kind of going more meaty on his support. 2 bracers for 2 arms and just some wards and a smoke instead. Is very utility and selfless, but doesn't want to get taken down too easily. Very vital. I mean, at this point in the game, as those illusions continue to get beefed up significantly, being able to just take them down at a click of a button is surely helpful. And as they hunt down the bottom lane, mid lane, we could see some trouble here. Once again, Pylai will hand his life over for Eternal Envy, and he already has the majority of it back. And he'd been saving it for a while. It's going to be a Blink Dagger here. So the swap Blink back. F4L, I remember there was a day in Dota when that was not permitted. You could not buy a Blink Dagger on Vengeful. You could not buy a Blink Dagger on Pudge. What a world we live in.
That's the item I was pretty... That was the item I was guessing for Pylai. It just gives him a little bit of extra mobility.
I believe you. You gave me that one in the draft. I'll give you that one.
Oh, you asked me what he was going to go for, and I said a Blink.
I thought you said a Force.
Like 5 minutes ago. Yeah, I said Force or Blink.
Okay, fine. Fair enough.
Fine.
There's the butterfly there on Eternal Envy. So now how are you gonna
butterfly?
I mean, luckily TC does have his MKB, so his right click will come through. But when are we gonna see TC go? He's been dedicating so much time to building up his Faceless Void, going for the ultimate.
I actually think there
brawl.
were better choices than butterfly actually.
For
just because of just because the MKB was already completed on TC, and they have the Hex on Lion.
Here he comes. Metamorphosis out. Eternal Envy brings his doom into the sneaky Nyx Assassin's base here on the bottom. And that tower is down. That doesn't take long at all. Couple of seconds, it's there. Next moment, you're done. And now, Rax exposed. Still nursing the glyph for now. They pull it out right there. This is all just Envy. Confident as ever with his Aegis at hand. He just easily right-clicks down Mike. What do you do at this point? Cheat codes or something.
Radiant's bottom barracks has fallen.
Yeah, they actually can't do anything.
Big and bad.
And it's only because of the Aegis. Like, if they didn't have this Aegis, they wouldn't be able to play like this. But using that Dire Set Roche advantage to its fullest in this push, and the only reason why I say Butterfly might not have been the best choice is because the main reason why you get it on Terrorblade is not even for the evasion. It buffs up your illusions very significantly because it gives you agility. But his illusions are instantly dying. And we even saw right there, his first illusion got mana drained, the Manta illusions got Legion Commander nuked, and they instantly died, so... I think I actually would have preferred to see him go for a Daedalus.
The thing is in this game, before you can even finish your argument about how he could have itemized, he has 3.5k. He'll just buy that item, that next item right there. He can just do what he wants. He just has that much gold. So before he can finish the thought, he doesn't even get in any sort of engagement so you can test out whether the Butterfly alone would have been good. Before they even go into their next big engagement, he'll have his next one. It's just crazy. I mean, obviously he probably will hold a bit of it for buyback just in case, but
so
I don't know, man.
The solution for Sneaky Nyx Assassins is going to be this refresher on Void, and he should be able to now deal with the... So if they get the next Aegis, they'll have this tool to deal with 2 lives onto Terrorblade. If they can burst him down in the first chrono, they can chrono the second life, and they should be able to take him down a second time.
They want to fight on bottom. Mike is looking to catch him from the side, but he goes right into an Invis Bone 7, who immediately pulls out the RP, even on his BKB. He can't get anything done. Whitebeard gets Yulesed up on the side. Mike is able to quickly blink away. Whitebeard, can he get away as well? Blinks out, immediate TP. Skewer, swap is going to be there, though. Pylai die. Holds Whitebeard, and he goes down. Good grab right there from C9. Could have gotten a lot more. Sneaky Nyx Assassins, though, their biggest plays have been trying to escape. That's still the problem.
Silence.
And, I mean, this refresher is going to have to be huge coming out from TC. They're going to have to get a lot of work done.
Here it is.
Well, they do find the real Terrorblade.
Here's the first one. He does pop the BKB. Right as he gets in, he only does about a quarter damage. Refresh, can he get the second one off? He can, but can he finish him off? He can't. Uh-oh. They pull out the Thunder. They do manage to take him down. Oh, it takes so much to do it, though.
TC didn't BKB.
But TC will go down. He had very low life at that point. He has no buyback. Going to the high ground. Mike trying to get away. Soul assumption.
This is a really intelligent buyback from Eternal Envy, knowing that both Chronos are now on cooldown, and I think this is just another set of Rex.
Uh-oh. Mike dead. Bone 7, even well wounded. Able to assist, jumping forward and skewering him all the way back. And now, without your big combo,
they actually... Sure, they might be able to clear out these illusions,
just steps in. He's like, I didn't have to use my metamorphosis, but look at your base, fools. I'm going to right-click your base down. Eternal Envy. Dropping monster all over SNA's base right now. Oh, boom. He is a monster. Look at him go.
Top tower is under attack.
That's game. Cloud9, man.
Radiant's top
I don't know what to say.
It's just too many lives. I mean, they can deal with a single Terrorblade, but they can't deal with the multiple lives coming out from Eternal Envy. First, he had the Aegis on the bottom lane, so they just quickly pick up that Rex. This time, he decides to buy back and then quickly just TP in, knowing that both Chronos were down, and there's just no answer.
The thing is Cloud9 got what they wanted in the draft. Yeah. They're so comfortable with these heroes, and it wasn't even just Eternal Envy. Yeah, he was obviously a beast at this point, but we saw Fata both games put on a serious clinic on his puck, and it just kind of goes to show. And you know, SNA had been on a tear recently. I mean, I've seen him win 5, 6. It felt like back-to-back wins. Cloud9
taking games off EG as well.
Cloud9 just kind of easily manhandled him here in the series. He win it out 2-0.
I think a lot of it was drafting, though.
You just
they let them get whatever they wanted. In both of these
they
drafts,
let them get what they wanted, and they also still picked up things. The Legion Commander threw me off a bit.
Yeah.
Both games when they grabbed it, it just
didn't even have any impact in this game, really.
Yeah, it felt like it wasn't there, unfortunately. Sneaky Nyx Assassins, they will be a little down on themselves on this one, but they still have been performing so well. We'll seeing a lot more action from them for sure at Star Ladder Season 11, where they're still at the top, sporting a nice 4-0 record. Cloud9 now, well, they recently get the redemption vote to come to the summit, and now they have won their trip to I-League in China, where they will have a chance to compete representing America for $300,000. So exciting stuff right now, and that's how we're going to wrap things up. It was a pleasure bringing you the cast in action. Myself, Coddle Guy. Catch me on my Twitter at CoddleGuyF4L. Always a pleasure joining me, and thank you again. I know we were working with pretty awkward hours here. We're working with I-League hours, but I do appreciate it. Any last things you want to say before we let everyone go?
Nope. Not today.
Easy enough. Not today.
Not today.
Not today. Well, thanks, everyone. It's been a pleasure, as always. We'll throw these VODs up, of course, on our Beyond the Summit YouTube in case you wanted to catch the first game or there was anything you wanted to go back and check out. A pleasure, as always. Take care, everyone. Have a good night.